Alright, hello everybody. Thought I'd make a video. I know it's been a long time, just haven't felt like making videos. Before we begin here, Frack and Ripley are both doing okay. They're great. They're both in here uh, just laying around being lazy. Anyway, what I wanted to get onto here is I don't know if you want to call it conspiracy theory or not. Um, Actually, I don't think it is, but here's a bit of thought to put out there. Now, I've been following along with this a bunch of in, criminally insane people at the WEF and what they're trying to do and what they are doing. And this is not my interpretation. They've come out and said this already. You know, the world is overpopulated. We need to depopulate, and there are many ways that they're going to go about it. And I've watched a lot of these people talk, and they're letting the cat out of the bag. And realistically, the one thing that's really bothered me the most about it is their climate crisis thing, that the CO2 is causing global warming or global cooling, however you might want to put it, which isn't the case. It's not. It just isn't. CO2 isn't doing that. Now, knowing that CO2 is also a plant food, and the fact that we're at a baseline, or very close to the baseline, so you've got CO2 high, CO2 baseline, and everything under that is where plants die off, and then of course every other living thing dies off because the plant's dying off. So we're very close to the baseline. This is why we're only at 0.004% of CO2 in the atmosphere. Now, they've been doing away with, or trying to do away with, farms. You know, Biden has paid farmers to burn crops. They've killed, I don't know how many thousands, hundreds of thousands of cattle, chickens, pork, pigs, you know. And all this is being done. If you watch the ones in Texas with the cattle, where they let them die of, what do you call it, not getting water. They just didn't give the cattle water, and they let 10,000 cattle die all at once. Then consider all the coincidence of food processing plants burning down. However, Bill Gates' plants of making synthetic meat, you know, those aren't burning down. You know. Anyway, be that as it may, now you've got people like this Zuckerberg dude, building underground living quarters in Hawaii, of all places. You know, kind of weird. And all of them are doing it. We've got these underground city things going on that we know about. I mean, it's been admitting. This isn't something that I've been coming up with out of the blue. Now, they've got a huge plant coming in, or getting built, whatever, to scrub CO2 out of the atmosphere. And then they're going to pump it underground into this huge reservoir or whatever. Now, here's my thinking on it. Knowing that nurseries, growing plants and everything, they pump CO2 into their greenhouses with the plants to make the plants grow bigger, better, quicker, whatever. So, pumping the CO2 underground means that there'll also be a way to get that CO2 back out of the ground. If you can pump it in there, you can get it back out. Once they've done their depopulation agenda crap that they're talking about, all right, starving people to death. There's no meat, or you can't afford it if there is. There's not going to be any plant life, so the animal life is going to die off too. People are basically going to starve to death all over the planet. If you don't think that it can happen, look what they did with the flu woohoo here. That was worldwide, wasn't it? All right, so they've got the CO2. Once they've gotten down to their projected depopulation that they want, all these WEF rich criminals, I don't want to call them people because they're not people, are going to be able to grab that CO2 out and have their own growing areas and their own meat production and everything else on a smaller scale, of course, for them only, not the people that are going to be servicing them. They'll give them bug beans or whatever. And they will be able to grow for a long, long time and have a complete environmental system made only for them. So scrubbing the CO2 is a twofold win for them. In other words, dwindling the food supply and justifying that with, oh look, we've got a climate crisis and it's destroying all the plant life and the animals, and it's just oh so awful and everything. In the meantime, it's them doing it. I mean, it's something to consider, and I wouldn't put it past these people with the way they do things. And I'm no bioengineer or anything like that, and I don't understand exactly how they get CO2 and pump it into a liquid form like they do for the nurseries. But obviously that's the thing, because they do use that for nursery growth, plant growth. So, maybe somebody smarter than me can figure it out, but I suspect this is what they're doing. And it is a twofold or a multifold thing that they can guarantee their own survival and everybody else doesn't. So it's just a thought I thought I'd put out there. And, I mean, yeah, whatever. It's just something I thought I'd bring to attention because nobody's mentioned that yet, that they're doing this CO2 scrubbing and pumping it into a reservoir, which it doesn't make a lot of sense because eventually the reservoir will become full and that CO2 will have to go somewhere. It's not just going to stay underground. I mean, it's, in a gaseous form will come through whatever is trying to contain it. Regardless of what that may be, eventually it will. So that's kind of stupid. And then you got Gates, trying to cut down complete forests and bury them. What does that resolve, or what does that do? He's killing trees which are scrubbing CO2 already and providing oxygen, yet he wants to bury that and cut it all down. None of this makes sense. So I'm just putting that out there. In either case, okay, I don't know when I'll make another video here, or whatever. So all right, everybody out there, take care of yourself and give it a little consideration of what's going on. Think about it.